Chapter 1. Veils of Reality. The glass dome atrium thrummed with a quiet vibrancy, the colourful reflections playing off the walls and ceiling like a spectral dance. Lena Richter stood at the centre, her gaze tracing the shifting patterns of light. These moments, just before the atrium came to life with the buzz of conversation, were her sanctuary. "Isn't it breathtaking?" Mia Stevens asked, stepping up beside Lena. Her voice was filled with the hushed reverence of someone who recognized the atrium's beauty, but also its haunting implications. "It's like peeling back a canvas to reveal another painting beneath," Mia continued, a note of caution in her exploration. "How many layers are we prepared to explore, Lena?" Lena turned to face Mia, her expression contemplative. "Each layer carries a ghost of what we might become," she replied, the weight of her responsibilities evident in her eyes. "Jordan's voice seems louder here." The two women stood in silence for a moment, the name of their late colleague, Jordan Malik, filling the space with both reverence and grief. Lena knew Mia shared her concerns about the dimension they'd discovered, another reality layered beneath their own, but they differed in how they approached this profound revelation. As the team began to gather, Adrian Ross joined them with his trademark skepticism. "Progress is a double-edged sword, Lena," he remarked, nodding towards the flickering lights. "This dimension needs scrutiny before admiration." Lena met his gaze, unwilling to waver. "Is there a path worth pursuing that isn't paved with questions?" Her voice was steady, but Adrian's words echoed in her mind, fueling her internal debate. Conversations fluttered through the atrium, whispers of excitement mixed with threads of doubt. Lena found herself weaving through those conversations, her role as a mentor evident in the way she encouraged questions and cultivated curiosity within the team. "Aren't you worried about what lies ahead?" one of the newer members, Carmen, asked during a quieter moment. "Of course," Lena admitted, her smile gentle but firm. "But I draw strength from all of you. Together, we'll navigate the shadows." Throughout the morning, dialogue between team members deepened, touching on the philosophical and ethical dilemmas that the new dimension presented. Lena's thoughts kept returning to Adrian's words. He had a way of challenging her convictions that stirred both her doubts and her resolve. Later, as Lena and Adrian stood together, observing the vibrant hues cast across the atrium, his skepticism gave way to a more grounded conversation. "You've been thinking," Adrian noted, his arms crossed as he watched Lena closely. "You could say that," she sighed, glancing at him, thankful for his persistence. "This dimension, Jordan's ideals, they tether us to both dream and caution." Adrian nodded, conceding with a rare smile. "Caution is necessary, Lena, but not at the expense of our quest for truth." Their exchange was interrupted by the soft chiming of the atrium's new hour. Lena smiled at Adrian's rarely displayed warmth, realizing it was the balance of their perspectives that made their team resilient. As the day wound down, the atrium's vibrance faded to a softer glow. Lena gathered her team, her heart swelling with purpose derived from their shared vision. "Jordan once said the quantum world connects us in ways unseen. Perhaps we are the light in its kaleidoscope," she declared, her voice firm with newfound resolve. The team nodded, their doubts overshadowed by the trust they held in Lena's leadership. Wrapped in the glow of fading light and conversations still echoing in the atrium, the veil between reality and the unknown became their guidepost. The chapter closed not with a resolution, but with ambition, the shadows they pursued hinting at both mystery and legacy yet to be unveiled. Chapter 2. Chasing Shadows. The quantum arena buzzed with electrifying tension as team members took their places around the central holographic display. Dim blue hues washed over the room, casting an otherworldly ambience that made every conversation feel weightier, more significant. At the heart of this arena, Lena Richter stood ready to channel her team's energies, their aspirations clashing with their apprehensions. Are we truly prepared to face what we might unearth? Adrian Ross's voice pierced through the low hum of the room. His brow furrowed as he faced Lena, voicing the caution that had become his signature skepticism. Lena leaned over the holographic controls, illuminating her face with a multitude of star-like projections. "Caution is our ally, Adrian," she replied, her words steady and deliberate. "But fear must not steer our quest." Adrian crossed his arms, unconvinced but willing to listen. "Caution, Lena. History is littered with the ruins of unchecked ambitions. Before Lena could respond, Dr. Elise Calder, the team's philosophical anchor, interjected with an analogy only she could craft. Think of the quantum world as a delicate symphony, Lena, Elise offered, her tone reflective yet probing. Every note, every silence holds meaning. Are we composing harmony, or are we deafened by discord? Lena paused, considering Elise's words, the symphony metaphor echoing in her mind's ear. Harmony, or discord, that balance is what guides us, she replied, recognizing the complexity of their pursuit. We must not lose ourselves in either the beauty or the chaos of what we discover. Around them, the other team members shared glances, nodding in approval or whispering their uncertainties. It was an environment alive with intellectual vigor and ethical questioning, a testament to the deep connections Jordan Malik had woven into this fabric of inquisitive minds. Meanwhile, Mia Stevens took a controlled breath, keen on diffusing the tension since she shared both concerns and aspirations for the journey ahead. What if, she suggested cautiously, we create smaller exploratory committees, groups to focus on individual aspects of the dimension, keeping each other informed about potential risks and wonders? Adrian raised an eyebrow, considering the proposal before conceding. That might just quell my paranoia, for now. Lena saw the potential in Mia's suggestion, a collaborative effort that would both scatter their risks and amplify their insights. Agreed, she nodded appreciatively. Mia, your group could explore the cognitive impacts. Adrian, focus on the external variables, stress test the boundaries. The room's dynamic shifted into one of purposeful activity as team members began to volunteer for various committees. The buzz of their assignments filled the quantum arena as strategies were laid out and tasks assigned. Later, back in the subdued cosmo-like atmosphere of the HoloLounge, the team gathered for a collective brainstorming session. This room, with its luminescent ceiling and ambient music, was perfect for the creative sparks they needed. Lena opened the session with a quiet confidence, letting silence draw the team's focus before breaking it with conviction. Jordan used to say the quantum world connects us in ways unseen. Perhaps we are the light in its kaleidoscope. Her gaze swept the room, every team member a part of this grand vision she was weaving. Adrian, no longer a skeptic but a stoic part of this shared narrative, nodded slowly. Then let's hope our light guides us wisely. As conversations continued, mixing scientific ambition with bursts of laughter and intellectual banter, Lena felt an unfamiliar tension lift. A shared understanding had been reached. With the team's cohesion solidifying, they were ready to step forward into the dimension's embrace, armed not only with knowledge, but also with a camaraderie that Jordan himself would have lauded. With the end of their session approaching, Lena stood by the large window overlooking the sanctuary. Elise joined her, her presence a quiet affirmation. It seems we have more unity than discord, Lena, Elise noted, serene satisfaction in her voice. Lena smiled softly, her leadership's transformation from cautious guide to visionary pioneer complete. We are indeed the architects of our reality, Elise, ready to chase the shadows wherever they may lead. The chapter closed on this note of unity, the threads of leadership, caution and ambition woven tightly together, preparing Lena and her team to embrace the unknown with strength and clarity.